Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine. Now before I get into the video again, I'm sick of apologising all the time, but I am really sorry for not having any videos out over the past however many weeks since the Europa League final review. I've just been really busy with work and a lot of personal issues. I'm not going to get into them, but yeah, that's kind of the main reason for not having any videos out, and a lot has happened since then, so there's a good bit to discuss in this video. But I do want to apologise for not getting any videos out since the last one. That will change now that I've got this one up. Hopefully I'll get a lot more up and running on a more frequent basis. So yeah, I do apologise for that. But now getting into the main and also apologies for the lighting, it's not great. The light behind me is very shady, as is the one next to me. I do have the TV on next to me, which is probably giving most of the light, ironically. But yeah, apologies for the lighting and for the complete lack of videos. But hopefully you can bear with me. Now, getting into the topic of this video, now as I said, a lot has happened since the Europa League final. We've had Maurizio Sarri leave the club. He wasn't sacked, just before anyone wants to try that. He was not sacked as manager. He left the club. He kind of said that he was feeling a bit homesick and he wanted to be closer to his parents, who are very elderly and who live in Italy. So he wanted to be closer to them, and you know, the opportunity to manage Juventus was too good for him to turn down, which, you know, maybe I can understand that. But, you know, a lot of people had their problems with Sarri, a lot of kind of Chelsea fans. You know, there was obviously a lot of Chelsea fans who wanted him out, a lot of fans that were kind of had problems with the way he played and his substitutions and his tactics and his stubbornness. But at the end of the day, you know, he achieved more than what he was asked to. When he came in at the start, when he came in last summer, he was targeted with getting Champions League football, and not only did he do that, but he also won the Europa League. So he achieved his goal and also won a major trophy. So we cannot have asked any more from him. It's just a shame that, you know, we didn't get any longer out of him. I think maybe in his second year, you know, things might have been a little bit different. We might have been, I don't know if we would have been more successful, but we might have started playing a little bit better football. The players might have become more accustomed to his way of playing football and his philosophy. But obviously we'll never know because he's gone back to Italy now. But all I can say as a Chelsea fan, I was never Sarri out. I was very much willing to get behind his way of playing football and willing to support him as much as I could. I was never Sarri out. Let's just get that straight. Those of you who watch me throughout last season knew I was never Sarri out. So what I want to say to him, I know this is Jimmy's not going to be watching the video, but just I want to thank him for everything he did. You know, we had a successful season last year, obviously winning the Europa League, getting the Champions League football, finishing third behind, you know, Man City and Liverpool is a good achievement. I know we were probably the best of a bad bunch, but still good to finish third, and obviously winning the Europa League was a great achievement. So I want to thank Sarri for what he did, and wish him the best of luck at Juventus now. As I said, one leaves and another one comes, but this one that's come in is a fantastic addition. I think everyone is going to, well, I don't even think, I know everyone's going to get behind him. I know he's going to have the full backing of fans, players, you know, board members, everyone. Our new manager is Frank Lampard. He was announced about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago. So he's been here for a good, as I said, 3-4 weeks now. And when obviously before the kind of decision was made, and there was kind of a lot of rumours about it, and kind of, oh, was it going to happen? You know, was there any other options out there? I was kind of thinking, you know, there's not really anyone else really out there. You know, when you think about it, there's not really many other options out there that can, or that know the club as well as he does, that you know will be supported 100% by the fan base. Everyone knows that when Maurizio Sarri was in charge, there was a lot of divide between the fan base. There was a lot of people Maurizio Sarri in, and there was a lot of people Maurizio Sarri out. And I think with Frank Lampard now being the manager, we are going to have a united fan base. Everyone's going to be behind Frank 100%. Excuse the voice break. Everyone's going to be behind Frank 100%. He's going to get the full backing of the players, the fans. I'm going to give him my 100% backing. If we were to lose 6-0 4 weeks in a row, he would still have my full backing, because this is all new territory for him. He's only been in management a year. He spent last season alone. I don't know. He spent last season managing Derby County, for those of you who don't know, and he did a very, very good job. Got them into the playoffs, got to the playoff final as well, and they were just edged out by Aston Villa. So they were that close to being in the Premier League. So he did a very, very good job with a very young side as well. So, but again, saying all this, with every positive, there's a negative. Frank has only been, as I said, he's only been in management for 1 year. He's still very inexperienced. He still has a lot of learning to do, and this is such a big job. The Chelsea job is like a cauldron. For the past, 15, 20 years, managers have come and gone like that. It's been a cycle of sacking and hiring. It's been a very successful, cycle, but still it's not ideal. You want to have a bit of continuity. You want to have, a manager settled in there and the players can get used to his way of playing football for many, many years. And what I like about this appointment with Frank Lampard is that he will be given time. That I know of. We're under a transfer ban for 2 windows, so we can't buy anyone in summer or in the transfer window now or in January 2020. So we can't buy anyone, so he's not under any pressure to kind of go, oh, well, this is all your fault, we're not playing well because you didn't sign anyone. He doesn't have the choice because we were under a ban. So be given time, and also what's good about this is that now we finally have this opportunity to use and develop the fantastic youth players that we have in our setup. You look at some of the youth players we have, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, those two are now kind of mainstays in that first team, but you're looking at players that have been out on loan that are now coming back. Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Reece James, Tomori. Who else am I missing? I'm missing out someone else. There's loads I'm missing out. I'm there just to name a few. And the likes of Christian Pulisic coming in now. Michy Batshuayi coming back as well. There's just so many talented young players that we can develop and bed into the first team. And this season gives us an opportunity to kind of experiment and hopefully get the best out of them. And, hopefully with the boards, I'm looking at something maybe similar to Tottenham. I know I don't like to talk about Tottenham that much, but you look at what Maurizio Pochettino's done there. The likes of Dele Alli, when Pochettino took over, Harry Kane was kind of a youth player, and look at him now, he's one of the best strikers in world football. You're looking at the likes of, who else am I thinking of? Danny Rose and, Harry Winks and, those kind of players like that. So I feel we can do something like that. And I think our youth players are a lot better than Spurs's. So we can really, it is looking really good in that aspect. But again, I go back to the negatives. This is a big risk because, as I said, if results start going bad, knowing the Chelsea board, I know Frank Lampard is a legend of the club and what he's done for this club. If the club were to sack him after a year or 6 months, I'm not saying they will. I really hope they don't. But if they do, there will be riots within the fan base. So I'm just really, 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 really worried that if things don't go right, and we need to expect that things won't go right, we need to kind of prepare ourselves for the fact that, there are going to be some really bad results next season. Next season is a complete, for me, not really a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? A write-off. Just don't expect too much is what I'm trying to say. But I'm going in with the mindset that, it's going to be experimental. We're using a lot of our young players. We have a manager that's managed in the Premier League before. So we really, really need to kind of take it easy and kind of just give Frank and the players time. I know we still have a lot of the experienced players in there. No one's really left apart from, Eden Hazard. I'll get onto that a bit later in the video. But look, we still have the majority of the senior players in there that were there last season. And obviously we're bringing back some of our very, very talented youth players and the likes of Christian Pulisic coming in as well. So it is exciting. It is exciting to see the amount of young players coming in and seeing Frank as the manager and, Petr Cech coming back as the technical and performance advisor. Interesting name, I know. But yeah, it's all very exciting and I'm looking forward to seeing how Frank and the players do this season, and they will have my full backing 110%. Now, as I just mentioned there a second ago, Eden Hazard, as I said, since my last video, he has also left the club. Eden Hazard has joined Real Madrid. I think it was all kind of, since probably last summer, before the start of last season, it was all kind of, it wasn't really a case of if he would go, it was just a case of when he would go. And he stayed for last season, which was fantastic. and he gave every ounce of effort that he had. He wasn't one of he never sulked, he never moaned, he never, gave 50%. He gave 110% every single week, and he never, threw a strop. He is a true professional in his job, and he left Chelsea in the right way, unlike Thibaut Courtois, who left like a snake and has no respect from any of the Chelsea fans anymore. So, Eden Hazard is a legend at Chelsea Football Club. He was there for 7 years, scored over 100 goals, won everything except the Champions League. He's done incredible things for this club. I look at some of the goals he scored. You remember that goal against Tottenham, the goal that stopped them winning the league. He scored the FA Cup final winning goal last season. Scored twice in the Europa League final. The goal against Crystal Palace that won us the league a few years back. Just that goal against Arsenal back a few years ago, and the goal against West Ham last season. Just so many memories of Eden Hazard. And as I said, he left in such a dignified and respectable manner. And as I said, he leaves Chelsea as a legend, and he will always be welcome back. And we wish him the very, very best of luck at Real Madrid. And hopefully we don't play him in the Champions League next season, because we all know his capabilities and what he could do to us if we were paired with him in the Champions League at some stage. But, to Eden Hazard, thank you for everything you've done for the club. You are a Chelsea legend. You will always be welcome back. And I wish you the very best of luck at Real Madrid. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for this video. A lot has happened. As I said, Frank Lampard's the new manager. Maurizio Sarri's left. Hazard has left. They're kind of my thoughts and feelings about Lampard as the new manager and what I expect from this season. What my advice would be to Chelsea fans watching this, going in thinking, oh, we've got, all this stuff. Don't expect too much, or don't have your hopes set too high, because, this is a complete change in the club's philosophy, because we've been very, very used to hiring managers that have, been in the game for a long time and that have won things. You look at like when we got Mourinho, he just come from winning the Champions League with Porto. Carlo Ancelotti, all these managers have all been experienced and won things. Frank Lampard has only been a manager for 1 year, so this is something completely different, and we're just gonna have to give him our full backing, which we will. I've no doubts about that, but also accept that this season is not going to be, we're not going to win the league, or we're not going to win the Champions League. If we do, it'll be a miracle. Don't get me wrong. I would be absolutely delighted if we won either of those, but I'm not going in with any expectations. So we're just going to have to live with that, and as I said, give the manager and the players their full support, and look forward to the season. Now, talking about this season, as I said, I'm going to keep doing obviously the previews and reviews, kind of doing stuff like that. But also, before I go, I want to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. I've known him for a year or so now. He runs a page called Car Era. Now, they have a Facebook page, they have an Instagram page. He's looking to set up a YouTube channel as well. Basically, the clue's in the name. He goes to all sorts of car events, takes pictures and videos. So for any of you who are interested in cars and want to kind of see the kind of content he puts up, it is really, really good content. And I know for a fact that he will be going places, as long as he keeps progressing the channel, which he will. I've no doubts about that. So for any of you that are interested in cars and any of that stuff, you should really go check out his Facebook, his Instagram page, and yeah, it's really, really good content. So I'll leave the link to both his Facebook and his Instagram page down below, and please check it out. It is some great content, and you will not be disappointed for any of you who are interested in cars. So that's all I have to say for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please drop it a like, subscribe if you are new around here and enjoy the content, and I will get more videos out on a more frequent basis. We have a pre-season friendly on Wednesday against, I don't know what the name is, a Japanese team. It's really early morning, late evening kickoff. But yeah, I'll do a video on that, and as I said, as the season progresses, I'll do what I did last year. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.